Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and with Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you for joining. So we will continue the second half of our Mayapur Yatra. I'll say Manglacharan quickly. Om Agyan Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadkamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Satam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारणे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं कृष्णचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे we both. So we talked till day 1, 2 and 3 of our yatra. Let's go to day 4. So this was Navdweep. So Navdweep, is a boat ride away, and we took the boat that crossed Jalangi, the first, one of the tributaries of Gangaji, and entering into Ganga. I think we showed some of these pictures. So the color of the Gangaji and Jalangi is different. So you can see when Jalangi merges into Gangaji. But the boat ride, I think I was describing the other day, was super blissful, with everybody singing and devotees dancing on the boat. Very, very pleasant weather, and just ambience was so amazing. So it was very, very blissful ride. And this is, you can see Gangaji in the back. I really, like I was telling the other day, I really liked how, Dhaam Vasis, they're so, like Mataji is saying, they're all devotees, and they're so simple. They're just always chanting the names of the Lords, and they're, going about their chores and just chanting continuously, and just singing Vaishnav bhajans. They have memorized all the Vaishnav songs glorifying Lord Gauranga and Nityananda. So it was very, I have a couple of those videos showing some of the localites singing. So I'll share that. But so we went to Navdweep, where there is Srila Jagannath Das Babaji's Bhajan Kutir. And we know that he's Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's spiritual master. So he is considered one of the chief of all Vaishnavas. Vaishnav Sarvabhauma he's called, because in that time he was one of the most advanced Vaishnava at that time. And devotees would come and pray to Jagannath Das Babaji, and he would be chanting under the tree here. There's a tree here where he would sit and chant all day, and he would and people would come and take his darshan and ask for his mercy. So that they may also become serious and intense in the practice of devotional service. So this is his Bhajan Kutir, and he was always, he was very much known for his bhajan, not so much for the preaching in those times, but because his bhajan was so strong and everybody knew about him, and so they'll come requesting for his mercy. This is Jagannath Das Babaji's deity in a temple. So this is the full body Samadhi temple. You can see here. This is the temple there, and the presiding deities. You can see Nitai Gauranga and Radha Govinda, and here is Giridhari somewhere. and Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. Then, so we had, of course, class and Harikatha and Kirtan there. It was a nice experience. There were pictures of various pastimes of Krishna lining the walls where we were sitting and doing katha in front of Jagannath Das Babaji. This is the tree. This was the tree where he would sit. Here, so it says, Siddha Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj used to sit in the afternoon for performing the Naam Sankirtan Japa under this bakul tree, situated by the side of the then river Ganges. So river Ganges used to be very close here. Now you have to walk a certain distance to get to the kutir. It has become farther away from the bhajan kutir. But this was his bhajan kutir. You see the devotees touching the tree, seeking blessings from Jagannath Das Babaji, because this was his main. This bakul tree was where he would sit and do the Naam Sankirtan. Some more pictures. And then walking distance from there, not too far, was the temple of Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. So we discussed about this a few days back when there was one of the, I think Vishnu Priya Devi's appearance or disappearance day, one of those. And we were discussing about Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu, how Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu is a deity of Lord Gauranga that Vishnu Priya Devi, his wife, used to worship after he took sannyas. So she was 16 years old when Mahaprabhu left and took sannyas. And so she used to worship in this form of Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu for 80 years after their separation. And this deity was brought here to this location in Navdvip by Vamsivardhan Thakur, who was Vishnu Priya Devi's loyal servant. And you can see the shoes of Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. So these shoes on the altar, they are said to have been worn by Mahaprabhu himself. And so, so if you request the pujari, he will bring out the shoes close to the altar, and you can touch your head. So you can put the divine shoes on your head if you request. So this is the Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu deity. Again, the difference between this deity and other deities of Gauranga that we see is typically the hands are raised up. In this one, the hands are down, and there is a head full of hair, full of curly black hair, like Mahaprabhu had before the sannyas. This is our Guru Ma with her deity of Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. And like I was telling the other day that Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu used to go everywhere. So, one of the Mataji is carrying the deity here. And this is the original Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu across from the temple. We were sitting in this area where we did a lot of Kirtan and Harikatha. Here, so a lot of people would join in everywhere. This was one of the most wonderful thing for me, that everywhere people would not miss the chance to join in on the Kirtan. If there is a Kirtan Harikatha going on, people will start singing and dancing. That's the mood everywhere. It was what we saw in Mayapur. So Maharaj doing very blissful Kirtan here. Again, you can see Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. And then just the right back, this is Gangaji, and these are our boats that we took back to the Antardvip, where the Mayapur city is. Just Kirtan on the boat. Mataji or any other devotees, please feel free to share as you feel inspired.
So Mataji, you went to two places on the Navdvip island. Like you went to Vishnu Priya temple and Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj temple.
Yes, Mataji. These were the two places that we went to. I don't know if there are more. We were just going along with the Yatra wherever we went. So there must be other, because there are so many pastimes of Gauranga and his associates, so many small pastimes, like every tree, every place, you know, and then you come across these small structures like memorials set where some or the other pastime has happened. So I'm sure there's a lot, but I'm just sharing what I understood. The walk back from where we take the boat to Ganga in Gangaji to the main Mayapur campus was a wonderful walk. You see how the beauty is, the natural beauty. So this was like a muddy path, but it was very beautiful. And we would meet like walking on this road used to be my highlight. We would meet so many devotees. This is the pond that I was talking about where there are lotus flowers. I don't know if you can see lotuses in the back. So on your right side. See one on the right side here. No, you can't see very well. I have more, I think.
Yes, Mataji. I think I saw it was a pink rose over there.
Pink lotus. Yeah, very, very beautiful lotuses. And when we would go in the morning, you could see various like lotuses in the various stages of opening. So some are fully open, some are closed still, and some are still trying to open some. I have not seen beautiful lotuses like that before.
Hare Krishna. So just another thing to add for the Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu is that that was the only place where we were able to find those deities of Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu was just in that area. In the main Mayapur, actually we looked for those deities and we can't find those deities there. Those deities are only in that area that you can find.
Which deity?
Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu.
Yes, yes.
Were you talking about Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu deities?
Yes, yes, Mataji. So those Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu deities with the beautiful long flowing hair and the hands down, those deities are only in that area that you can find near the Dhameshwar temple. We didn't even get to find a good picture of it. Actually, back in Mayapur, we thought we'll find it at Mayapur, but we couldn't find it there.
So you're talking about the deities of Vishnupriya?
You're talking about
Yes.
Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu, right? Vishnu
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. Yes, Prabhuji.
I'll show you again. Remember I showed the one with the curly black hair and the hands down?
So this kind of deity.
This
These
deities, that Mataji, that Guruma is holding
yes,
here.
but have the main picture, main deity also.
This
Yeah,
one.
so this kind of deity.
Correct, correct.
So yeah, you can find the deities like you know, for like Guru Maharaj actually gifted one of the deities to one of the disciples from here. But
Yes,
this,
please,
I'm
yes.
saying like this island is the only place where we could find these deities. In the main Mayapur campus or around that, we could not find these deities anywhere.
I see.
Oh, like you mean, Prabhu, the carved neemwood deities who are
Yes.
who are like this?
Yes, yes,
Like
yes.
they're for sale or like?
Yes.
For sale.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Actually, I remember my mom told me once she had gone and I had not gone that in around outside Vishnupriya, temple, there are many neemwood deities for sale. Like they
Yes.
actually, even with the different poses like hands up and mostly hands up, but you're saying, Prabhu, that this pose also is there, right, for sale?
Yes, Mataji.
This exact deity, Mataji, but small, of course.
Wow.
Of Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu, the same mood and form that Vishnupriya worshipped.
So, so Prabhu, this particular deity is only Gauranga Mahaprabhu without Nityanand Prabhu? When
Yes, yes.
Yes, Mataji.
This is basically before sannyas, that form.
Oh,
And you see on the wall, it says this is the form of Sri Gauranga. And the Lord's wooden sandals worshipped by the Lord's consort, Sri Vishnupriya Devi. This temple is renovated by the founder Acharya ISKCON, Swami Prabhupada.
So again, because this is Vishnupriya Mataji's deity, that is why she used to worship just the Lord, her Lord, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before and in the form that was before sannyas, because that is how she would relate to him.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So this is reminding me of 2009 when I first visited Mayapur, Dhaam. And in fact, Navdeep and this temple was very much, I was very much touched when I visited. Like you were mentioning, when I was seeing the local people. So this is the first time. Before this, the only time I heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or anything was ISKCON, right? And this is the first time I'm actually going and seeing this place where the local people, no connection with ISKCON, are actually worshipping Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they're very simply dressed. They are just, regular sari, dhoti or whatever. And very simple dress and tilak. And as we were going in the kirtans, those local people who are like Dhamvasis, they are taking the dust from the road and taking on their head as the Nagar Kirtan was going on or the Harinam Kirtan was going on. And I was so much touched there. And these deities and this temple, I felt even the prasadam there was very nice. They had peda or something they gave. I don't know if you had the same ones or not, but it was so delicious. It was just like amazing. So I was reminded of all those memories. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing it.
Very bold. Yes, Prabhuji, similar, same experience. Just watching the local people was actually a very big learning example. I'll share a little something that happened with one of the other devotees. So we were going in Toto, and he was sitting next to the driver in front. So he was chanting, and the driver was hearing his chanting. So after some time, the driver got fed up, and he said, "Prabhu, this is not how you chant." And he told him, "If you want to chant properly, chant like this." And he showed him how to chant. So, and this devotee, he's a long time disciple. He's a senior disciple. He's a senior devotee, and doing a lot of services. And he said, it's like the floor got out of under my feet, that this, Toto driver is telling me how to chant. So can you imagine, here you go and you see people on their phone or have coffee mugs in their hand and whatnot. And there, when you're walking, people are chanting on the streets and, like you said, taking dust from the feet of other devotees like this.
Yeah, and when I was actually in the railway station, I went there because I think they don't have the if you want to go by train, Navdeep is where you have to go from the train, right? So there in the railway station, sometimes you will see even in other stations, there'll be songs, like different railway stations will have songs playing from behind or something. And what song they were playing? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advait Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. And I was like, oh my God, where does this happen that in the railway station they have this kind of song?
Right. Yes, Prabhuji, that's wonderful. I'll also share some pictures of local people also.
Mataji, do you remember how when this devotee shared this particular incident that you shared, how the Toto driver asked him to chant? Do you remember?
He showed just focus.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
उसने अपने बंगाली और हिंदी में से मिक्स करके कुछ बोला कि प्रभु ऐसे कैसे चैंट कर रहे हो, ऐसे करो, ऐसे जपा कैसे कर रहे हो जाप. तो उसने फिर बताया हरे कृष्णा.
Also sharing this, this Prabhu also is a senior devotee, as Natasha is saying. He shared this in front of the whole, when we were discussing realizations in front of Guru Maharaj, and everybody shared that it is a big realization for him and a learning experience for all of us actually.
So वहाँ पे तो सभी chanting beads लेके घूम रहे होते हैं, right? Okay, I'll move forward. This is Prabhupada's Pushp Samadhi Mandir. We could not take our camera in there. Very, very strict they were, and it is beautiful from both outside and inside. Beautiful. Inside there is a museum of Prabhupada's whole journey, from childhood to when he did Jagannath Rath Yatra as a child, and then how he grew up and met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, the whole journey. How he was publishing Back to Godhead magazine here, how he got on Jalduta, the whole journey. And there is a museum depicted with all this whole journey is depicted with like statues that are depicting all this. Very detailed statues, actually, not just like one or two people, but many people in each like a diorama, yeah, in each room. They were not moving, they were fixed, but each they were like a small room for each of the pastime. And also, of course, Prabhupada's Pushp Samadhi inside. And again, many pictures of Vaishnavas and important clippings and all those memorabilia was in there. We couldn't take any pictures inside. This is just a little portion of the residential quarters of the temple showing in the back. Okay, so yeah, like I said before, the Mayapur campus we used to visit on our own during our free time, and free time wasn't much, but still we managed to see just the main Chandrodaya temple and the Prabhupada's Pushp Samadhi. And then on the last day also we saw some places. So this is the trip to Shantipur. This day 5 we just did Shantipur only because, like you said, it's far. It was at least an hour-long bus drive. Very difficult bus drive actually, but the weather was nice, so it wasn't very hard. And then once we reached Shantipur, the glories of Shantipur are numerous. So many pastimes have happened here. This is the mango grove that I was talking about. Mataji, you see all the mango trees in the back? It's like a full grove of mango trees that you have to walk through to get to the house of Advaita Acharya. So there was a temple, and then a short walk led to house of Advaita Acharya. I believe this was the temple. So this is, there is a small temple, and where the house of Advaita Acharya used to be, and there is a, this is the deity of golden deity. Yeah, this is the golden deity of Sri Advaita Acharya. And there are, there was a place where you could see the 4 Shaligram Shilas, 2 of which he worshipped when he, so the Narayan and Madan Mohan. So the 4 Shilas were Narayan, Madan Mohan, Gopal, and Nar Gopal. And Advaita Acharya worshipped Narayan and Madan Mohan with Ganga Jal and Tulsi leaves to request Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to appear. So there is a temple, and then next to the temple is the temple used to be the house of Advaita Acharya, but now there is a short walk from temple where there is a reconstruction of Advaita Acharya's house. And so we went to both those places. I don't know if I have too many pictures here, but there is a picture of where there is a place where Haridas Thakur got initiation from Advaita Acharya. So that there is a shrine for that. And then there is a shrine where Lord Chaitanya, Nityanand Prabhu and Advaita Acharya met together and spoke Harikatha.
So Mataji, you said Haridas Thakur got initiation, yes, or he got the alms from all the, like the best Brahman had to get the alms from Advaita Acharya?
I think उस पे ऐसे लिखा था जैसे एक तो प्लेस थी जहाँ पे माधवेंद्र पुरी इनिशिएटेड अद्वैत आचार्य, एक तो ये जगह थी दीक्षादान, और दूसरी थी दीक्षादान of Haridas Thakur. Let me see if it is there.
Advaita Acharya initiated Haridas Thakur?
That's how I remember, Prabhuji. Maybe we need to look it up.
If you find anything about it, just share.
Sure.
Thank you.
But yeah, this is Madhvendra Puri on the left. This is Haridas Thakur on the right. Or then there was that place, of course, where the pastime happened when Nityanand Prabhu, when everybody was eating and Advaita Acharya was feeding them prasad, and Advaita Acharya took some grains of rice and jokingly, I'm sorry, Nityanand Prabhu jokingly threw them at Advaita Acharya. That pastime also happened here. Many pastimes, of course. The biggest thing is that Advaita Acharya invoked, called for, requested for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to appear. And then he used to take Bhagavad Gita classes. Advaita Acharya used to take Bhagavad Gita classes in this house. That pastime. And I shared the clipping, Mataji. Did you see that? Of the pastime that you were discussing the other day?
Yes, thank you so much for sharing. It was so nectarian.
Yeah, so Maharaj also shared that same pastime in the class.
Yeah, we discussed that pastime also, the Gyan.
And then the Gyan, we have video of that also, where Advaita Acharya was preaching, Gyan is better than Bhakti. And Mahaprabhu is saying, what are you saying? Bhakti is better than Gyan. So Advaita Acharya would say, Gyan, Gyan, Gyan. And so Mahaprabhu almost wrestled him out of the chair. And then Advaita Acharya said, now everybody knows that now that you have declared it, everybody knows. And you are my master. Everybody knows that you're my master. So that pastime also happened here. So many beautiful pastimes have happened here, of course.
Just behind this house was the Ganges.
Yes. Here, when Maharaj was speaking the Katha and doing the Kirtan, again, so many local people got together and they were dancing, and one of the kids was so energetically dancing to Maharaj's Kirtan. It was a delight to watch him. This is just more of Gauranga's pictures there. This is Nirbhay Prabhu getting some mercy from Maharaj. So I think Shantipura, we didn't have many pictures. And then, yes, so that pastime, I don't know if everybody was able to watch that video of Guru Maharaj, but so the pastime that Mataji was sharing is that Srila Prabhupada came to this location and he prayed, and he was very desperate that I have no money. How would I? And my master has instructed me to go to the Western world and preach Krishna consciousness, to preach the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. But I have no means, no money. How would I fulfill the wish of my master? So he prayed at this location to become empowered to fulfill the wishes of his spiritual master. And the pujari that used to be here in Advaita Acharya's house managing the temple, he would watch Prabhupada. And later on, when Prabhupada left and came, and some of his Western disciples came and flooded the temple with Kirtan and Harinam. So when Pujari asked him, oh, where are you coming from? How do you know about this place? So they told him that we are disciples of His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And they gave him Back to Godhead magazine. So when he saw Back to Godhead magazine and Prabhupada's picture, and he realized that these are Prabhupada's disciples, have come from Western world. So he said, oh, he did it. He did it. So he was very joyful to know that Prabhupada was empowered also by Advaita Acharya in this house only. Let me go back. So this was, I think, that, okay, so this is Srila Prabhupada's Pushp Samadhi Mandir. I think there's some more pictures from outside. See how beautiful. It's such a wonderful construction.
You can see like most of the whole of Mayapur almost from the top, from the upper levels and the Ganges.
Was everything was just reconstructed?
No, Mataji,
this is original.
This is original. The Mayapur Chandrodaya temple, Pushp Samadhi Mandir, they are not reconstructed. They are made by the disciples of Prabhupada.
Where is this Mayapur? I have not seen it or heard about it.
Where is it? It is in West Bengal, Mataji. It is about 4 hours of bus ride from Calcutta. This is the birthplace. This is Navdvip. This is the birthplace of Lord Gauranga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so many pastimes of Lord Gauranga with his associates like Nityanand Prabhu, and like we were talking about Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur, and so many other pastimes have happened here. The initial Harinam, the Sankirtan movement was started by Mahaprabhu here in Navdvip only. So that is Mayapur, and Mayapur is very, very dear to Prabhupada, and it was his wish to make a temple. And so the temple with the, you must have seen the deities of Ugra Narsimha and Radha Madhav with Asht Sakhis and the Panch Tattva, right? Here in that temple. And his Prabhupada's Pushp Samadhi, this is the Pushp Samadhi Mandir of Prabhupada himself. So it's a very beautiful place, Mataji. That is why we're discussing about it. So everybody feels inspired to go. It's a very, very joyful place. The architecture, the landscape, and of course the pastimes and the people there, everything is very wonderful, very, very transcendental. So you feel your bhakti increases, you know, your mood changes. And so if you want to, you know, boost your bhakti, this is a place to go. See how beautiful it is. There are elephants that do, like that day when we were there, the Radha Madhav were taken on the elephants to do a ride around Mayapur. So there was like an elephant procession that night.
I haven't been there, so I don't know much about it.
Yes, Mata, you should go. You should plan.
Too late in this life. I can't walk that much.
Okay, so Haribol, this is day 6. This was
That's
actually
why Mataji, Natasha Mataji and Nirbhay Prabhu are sharing for us, because you know some of us have not been able to go, and because of health reasons, some devotees are not able to visit. So they can really share as they are sharing.
Thank you.
This is the last day actually of the Yatra, day 6. This is when we went to Surbikunj, which is where the Naam Hatta, where Lord Nityananda started the Naam Hatta, the marketplace of the holy name. And this is where the house of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is. So this is on Godrume Dweep. So you know that there are 9 islands of Navdweep, means Navdweep or 9 islands. So one of the islands is Godrume. And on that Godrume, Nityananda Prabhu had started the marketplace of the holy name, the Naam Hatta, which eventually spread all over Bengal. And that was the instruction of Mahaprabhu. And later on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the, also pioneered the Naam Hatta. He used to do his bhajan in this place on Godrume Island. And his house where Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also lived. Both of them lived actually. We saw their rooms. One room was of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the other room was of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj there. Spent many years in this location writing bhajans and books and planning how to expand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. But I'll start with the beginning of the day. The beginning of the day started that day with some initiations. So we were very fortunate to attend the initiation ceremonies of some devotees. So just some clippings.
Mataji, you didn't get initiation here this time?
Mataji, we're not meeting any criteria or qualifications. So we were just fortunate to attend. But yeah, some devotees got their second initiation and some got their first. Very beautiful yagya ceremony was held, and Maharaj's katha was wonderful. Then another boat ride. So this Godrume Island is also another boat ride away. We don't really enter into Gangaji. This boat ride is only on Jalangi. And
this is very small, so 15-minute ride.
This was very small. The other boat ride to Navdweep was very long boat ride. And this was a very quick, short boat ride. And so that led us to the Surbikunj. So this is the temple. of Surbi Kunj, and this is the main altar. So the deities here are, let me tell you, if I have the names properly. Okay, so Gaur Nitai was on the Gaur Nitai and Radha Madhav. I don't know if I have their names properly written down. So this is the full altar. Yeah, so this is the deeds. Okay, yes. On the right side, so on the main altar, so there is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Yeah, there is the name. Radha Madan Mohan, not Radha Madhav. Radha Madan Mohan. So Gaur Nitai on the left, Radha Madan Mohan, and of course Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So these are the deities. This is the main temple of the Surbi Kunj. And then of course we look at the temple, look at how beautiful. And again, I was talking about this particular style of architecture where they have these, see how these murals, they are protruding out of the wall and like 3D style. So this was everywhere in the entire Mayapur, and very beautiful, colorful temple. This is another area.
This is from outside.
This is from outside. Also, some more pictures from the temple. So this is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Bhajan Kutir. And this is the place. So this is the house. This is the house of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And here again, there is a temple. So you see the altar. This is on the center altar. There is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And then on the side here, so this here is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's deity. And then if you walk to this side, there is Gaur Gadadhar deity. Those were Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's personal deities that he used to worship. So they're on the left side of the altar. So main altar is Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and on the left side, I may have their pictures. Like this Prabhu, he's getting darshan of Gaur Gadadhar from this side. I think the darshans were not open at that time. So I may not have a picture. Let's see. And on the, okay, so inside this, on the front, at the front gate, was the Kshetrapal Shiva and Nandi. As soon as you enter, this is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's deity. So Maharaj gave us a very beautiful task here. He said that everybody write down their spiritual goals for the year 2023 and confidentially tell this to Bhakti Vinod Thakur. You just whisper to him whatever your goals are and see them manifest in 2023 by his mercy. So we each went and presented our goals, our dreams, spiritual dreams to Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So here upstairs, there is that place. There are those rooms. I have pictures of those rooms where Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to, these are his rooms where he used to write his books and do his bhajan. And he would look out the window from the balcony and across the river. And he would visualize this effulgent, beautiful city that will appear with a very astonishing temple in the center. And that vision came true in the form of the Mayapur temple. This bookshelf that you see, Bhakti Vinod Thakur made it himself. This was like a revolving bookshelf. So when you rotate, he could easily get access to any books that he wanted. I can't remember which room. This was Bhakti Vinod Thakur's and which room was. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's room was
another.
across
Just
it.
right next to it.
This was like a little garden outside the temple.
Everywhere there was like, it was so cold, but still they were like so beautiful, greenery everywhere. And so many Tulsi Maharanis, like so, you had that picture, that profile Tulsi Maharani, that was beautiful architecture. Go back. Go back. Your picture next to it. So. This one. So all these are Tulsis.
Yes.
So there was just so cold, but still all these Tulsis were so nicely maintained. So seeing this, we do realize that how Tulsi Maharani is always present there, where Vrinda Devi is always present, where there's bhakti nicely and nice service happening.
This was another place where localites danced so much with us. So many, like maybe 20, 30 people came and started dancing with us and throughout. It was wonderful. And this place was truly, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house was really, really magical. Then in the evening, when we had time to ourselves, we went to ISKCON Rajpura. Have you been there, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, they're very famous.
Yeah.
A lot of pastimes.
Very, very famous actually.
There's a whole book, Mataji.
Yeah.
Pastime.
We got that book.
We got the book, yes, Mataji. That was written by Pankaj Angri Prabhu, right? That book?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so many pastimes are there. And of course, there is a whole big story, which we have discussed, I think, when we were talking about Jagannath pastimes at the time of Rath Yatra. We discussed Jagannath Ji's pastime, and we discussed how Rajpura deities came about. So that is a very long discussion for another time, because it is a very long, winding story. But these are those.
A friend of mine got married in this temple, Mataji.
Oh,
She's very fortunate. Actually, her Guru Maharaj is in my, Jaipataka Maharaj is stays in Mayapur, right?
Right.
It was her dream that she wanted to get married. And
last time we were there, Pankaj Angri Prabhu actually told us all those pastimes in the temple.
Yes. Pankaj Angri Prabhu actually told us the stories when we had visited, I think 2017. And about my friend Mataji, she got married in this temple, and her engagement was on Ganga. On boat ride.
Oh, wow.
Very special.
Wow. That is amazing, Mataji. So wonderful. And yeah, so these deities are very, very merciful. They have so many pastimes with the devotees. Like if somebody goes with any problem, ailments, they express their heart to Jagannath Ji. Like that, how those devotees' problems got solved, and so many exchanges have happened with the devotees.
So here we had gone with actually Shubhalas Prabhu and Shubhalas and Manjulali Mataji. So they had gone with us. And interestingly, Manjulali Mataji's friend from junior from Manipal, her junior, she's also very much junior to us, like around 2015 or so, 2014, 15 graduate. And then her junior was also in Mayapur. So she had also accompanied us from here. And then we met, Pariksha Mataji also here, Miss Natasha's classmate.
Yeah, I remember. We had given her a invitation and a book initially, you remember?
Right, yes.
So she's initiated this devotee, Prabhuji, and also met another devotee.
Pariksha Mataji is your batchmate, right?
Yes.
She started coming to our program in her final year, and she used to come even on the day of exam.
Yeah, she was
exams were there back to back. She used to come even at that time. And there was one Maharaj, His Holiness Partha Sarth Maharaj over there, and she got initiated by him later on. Like she used to chant 4 rounds when she graduated, but she was attending all the programs, and then she continued, went to Mumbai, worked in Bhaktivedanta and all.
She was remembering all that, and she was remembering how Nirbhay Datta, you were telling her to go and study.
She was actually, I met her actually. She was ENT, right? ENT diploma she did.
Yes.
And then she was working in Bhaktivedanta hospital for some time also.
Yeah. And now she is staying in Mayapur.
Just for a short time. Yeah.
Is it? I did not know that.
Just for some time, 2-3 years.
I think she doesn't do social media or anything. I think she wasn't doing, at least, at that time.
No, Prabhuji. She's married to a devotee also, initiated from Radhanath Maharaj.
Yeah. So. Yes, that's why they were in Mumbai actually.
Right.
So she knew Manjulali Priya Mataji as well?
No, that was another, that was Manjulali Mataji. You know, Manjulali Mataji is very, very junior to us, like maybe 15 years.
10 years.
No, 15 years. 15.
She sounds like she graduated my batch, like
No, how can it be 15 years?
2014, I guess.
2001 you must have joined, and you graduated 2006, right? She graduated 2015. So 10 years maybe.
Probably 2017 or 18 she graduated.
Oh, okay.
और
Yeah.
मतलब बहुत तभी recently हुई है, like पिछले 3-4 साल में. हाँ, but anyway, so her friend was there and also in Mayapur. Also, so both of them came, and Shubhalas Prabhu was also with us for this portion. But here is the story written in very brief. The story is written next to on the marble here, next to the deities of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. You see the temple in the back, and again there is like a diorama here, which shows the various pastimes or some pastimes of Jagannath.
This is Ganguly. What's his name?
And this is just a pond there, the temple in the back. This was a portion that was dedicated to Shivji. So there is a Shivling here. There are, of course, that book of Pankajangri Prabhu has so many stories of everything. And then some pastimes are written on the walls from Bhagavatam related to Shivji, to Lord Shiva. And, you know, this is Simant Dweep. So this is Simantini Devi, which is Mother Parvati, who is praying, who's worshipping Lord Gauranga, and Lord Gauranga appears and he puts the dust of his, she takes the dust of his feet and puts in the partition of her hair. And that partition of the hair is called Simant. So that is why she's called Simantini Devi. And this island is called Simant Dweep, because this pastime happened here where Gauranga gave darshan to Mother Parvati. So, and then there are some, see the dioramas or like the statues in the back here of Jagannath Ji. This is Prabhupada. Trying to see what other pastimes were depicted. Many pastimes were depicted, different types. Not just related to ISKCON Rajpura, but just of Jagannath Ji. This is the Samadhi of Jayanant Prabhu. So you know that he used to build the chariots for Rath Yatra, and all the initial Rath Yatras, Jayanant Prabhu used to make the chariots. That was his speciality, that was his service. So this is his Samadhi here. Oh yeah, so the so we took a short walk to visit that place where that pastime used to happen between Lord Gauranga and Kolavecha Sridhar, where Gauranga and Kolavecha Sridhar would sort of transcendently argue, and Mahaprabhu would say ki itna mehenga kyun de rahe ho banana, like that. And they would argue and stuff, but he would he would give him banana every day. So that bargain, that exchange used to happen in a place very close to this temple, very close to ISKCON Rajpura. So there is like a little structure to as a memory to that pastime. We couldn't really see it because it became really dark and the place is very overgrown, so we didn't want to walk through that overgrown area. It's very dark, but that's where close to this place is that that pastime used to happen. And then last day, so this was our day when we were actually traveling back. So the yatra was finished, but we still went to a few places around that we could not visit during rest of the yatra. So this is a place, very beautiful place, all the flowers, very well maintained gardens on both sides and with a short walkway in between. This is a place where there are many Vaishnav Samadhis. And this is a Samadhi of Bhakti Charu Maharaj. And there are Samadhis of Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj, Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, many other devotees, many other disciples of Prabhupada. Their Samadhis are there. You remember this place, Mataji, where all the Vaishnav Samadhis are? It's very close to Prabhupada's Pushp Samadhi Mandir.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, we've been there, but obviously Bhakti Charu Maharaj is a new when we met. But yeah, Tamal Krishna Maharaj and others I've seen.
Gaur Govind Maharaj is also there.
Oh, yes.
And they're all in a cluster on the right side. They're all together. Bhakti Charu Maharaj is on this in the center like this. Again, the main campus. So Mataji, if I don't know if Nirmala Mataji is still there. Mataji, see what a beautiful campus this is. This is the TOBP that's being built.
I'm here.
Yeah. This is the TOVP, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium that is being built. It is being constructed. That is where all the deities will be shifted, hopefully within what next 1 or 2 years. This was Lord Chaitanya's museum inside the main temple, where again there are these wall structures with the statues. So like very unique type of structures, pictures, 3D style depicting all the so many pastimes, practically all the pastime, many pastimes from Chaitanya Charitamrita there, consistently lining all the walls of the museum.
What was on the table, Mataji, in front of the dioramas?
Mataji, this is also like a store.
This is like from inside the temple to the store inside the temple.
Like a gift shop type.
Kind of.
Oh,
so these are DT clothes, and see the DT clothes, paraphernalia and clothes and all. Okay.
We went back to the start.
So I think that may be it. Let me see.
At the end we went to this one. To the Srila Prabhupada.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Also.
So that is where Srila Prabhupada Mayapur used to be there and chant, and it's a small hut at the time, and now it has been renovated.
Look at the flowers, the sheer size of the flowers. They were so big. It was wonderful. This is the Goshala.
Right opposite the Vaishnav Academy.
And sorry, these are just some of our pictures. But these are the lotuses. You can see more now. See?
Some are closed, some are open.
Such a beautiful scene. This is Bhakti Charu Maharaj's Samadhi here. This was the Bhajan Kutir. This is Srila Prabhupada's Bhajan Kutir. Here 24-hour Sankirtan goes on, 24-hour Kirtan goes on. These we took pictures because this has some things written on it. So for example, the conversation that is in perfect questions, perfect answers happened here. So I'll just read this. A 22-year-old American Peace Corps worker and high school science teacher named Bob Cohen, in search of true spirituality, had traveled to Sri Dhaam, Mayapur and met Prabhupada. The exchange of questions and answers that led to Bob's accepting Prabhupada as his eternal spiritual master and being initiated as Brahma Tirtha Das. This conversation happened here. So this conversation we know was published by BBT as the book called Perfect Questions, Perfect Answers, and has been distributed far and wide. So this is a plaque in memorial of that great conversation that led to that book. And then on the other wall it said, what did it say? Let's see. So Prabhupada carried the divine message of Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western world and founded ISKCON in 1966. In 1970, Srila Prabhupada returned to India, and then the following year he worshipped Lord Chaitanya in this grass hut. This Bhajan Kutir was the first building of Sri Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir complex. At this sacred place, Srila Prabhupada ordered his followers to develop a Vedic city here at Sri Dhaam Mayapur in direct pursuance of the desire and prediction of previous acharyas. The moon of Mayapur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is rising to purify the three worlds. Today, an ever-increasing number of devotees from all over the world come to offer homage to Srila Prabhupada at this Bhajan Kutir in tribute for his priceless gift to suffering humanity. So this was, very.
It's amazing that, from this, the whole of Mayapur that we see has manifested over the last 50 years.
Yes, Prabhuji. In fact, I'm sure you all must have watched that video when TOVP construction was starting in 2010. At that time, they came up with few videos of the devotees who were basically sharing Prabhupada's vision of how Prabhupada wanted it to be. Nice. So there are a lot of things which they were sharing. And one of the aspects from that video was, as they were explaining what Prabhupada mentioned, then they said, okay, this will be tall, big, temple here. So this devotee, he said, okay, Prabhupada. So Prabhupada, then at that time we can dismantle this Bhajan Kutir, we can get rid of his. And Prabhupada paused for a second. And Prabhupada said, so I'll just open my video here. So they said, Prabhupada said, no, leave it there. They will think, they will know that where they were and where they are now. And Prabhupada's hand was like this, and there was nothing there. It was all that. But Prabhupada is saying where they are now, because Prabhupada actually could see. He had the vision. Yeah. So you watched, devotees have watched that video?
No, I have not.
I have watched it. Probably it's been some time now, but I remember.
Yeah, I can't find those videos again. Sometimes I was looking for it, actually, because I really liked the background music and everything. What it had, Krishna Kirtan Gana Nartana Paro, like that. They had that Prabhupada singing, and then they had different devotees sharing about it. It was really very, very nicely made videos and very nice. But a few times I searched recently, I found a lot of other videos, but not those one. I think it's probably roughly about 30 minutes video or 27, something like that, 20 to 30-minute video, and different devotees speaking. And this was in 2010 when construction had not even, nothing was there. It was just starting. So
yeah, if you find it, Prabhuji, please share.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so that was just our last day. We were very, very sad to go. And then we had a lot of trouble coming back to US. We got stuck. And so when we were stuck, we were looking up what to do. And so Moglila Prabhu's lecture was going on in the temple. So we went to attend that at Radha Parthasarathi temple in Delhi. So this is just, and this was just, we were asking questions from him. So I took a picture of that.
That's amazing, Mataji.
But we at least made good of some, all the badness that was going on with the travel. So that was nice. But yeah, this is it, Mataji. This is the Mayapur Dhaam. This is the Panchatattva deities. And you all have seen, this was the darshan from that morning, that last morning when we were leaving.
Oh, you don't have the morning Aarti, Mangala Aarti?
So let me pull up some pictures that I have of I have some pictures I'll just share. Just basic, let me see.
Hare Krishna. So as this temple was being built, in the mind of Srila Prabhupada, the actual final vision was already there. So Prabhupada had told the devotees in the 1970s how the building should be. And he, I think he was comparing it to, I don't know the structure, but it's there. If you go to Mayapur, they have it there. I think Victoria Palace or something, something either in London or in US, that building is there. So he was comparing it with that. And then he specifically, when it came to deities, Prabhupada specifically mentioned how should be the size of the deities. The Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should be 7 feet tall, and how he should be, how Panchatattva should be. And then Radha, Madhav and Ashtasakhi. So he gave the height of Krishna, height of Srimati Radharani. And then he said, but Srimati Radharani should be dancing. And he was posing how she should be. And then he said, when Srimati Radharani is dancing, then Krishna can never leave there. So very specific details Prabhupada gave. What should be Radha Madhav deity's name and so many. Then they're like, okay, like he's telling who should be in the center. There will be 3. Center should be Panchatattva, and then Radha, Madhav and Ashtasakhi. And then third altar should be, so devotee said some other name. So he said, anyways, so third should be what is the third one? Shat Goswami, I think. Is Shat Goswami? Who's in the third altar? Narasimha is going to be a separate temple, but I think the Shat Goswamis, I think Shat Goswamis will be there. Okay, so like these 3 deities 3 different sets will be there, and everything, all the details Prabhupada provided actually. And then he said there should be a Vedic planetarium displaying, and he said what all criteria it should meet. What should, it be able to explain? It should be able to explain the day and night, should be able to explain the seasons, the graha, kaise eclipses, how it happens. So all these things Prabhupada was, mentioning. So this is how Prabhupada has given all the details of how it should be. And it is actually coming from the disciple succession, because so many times there were instances when Srila Prabhupada actually had interactions with Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jeev Goswami, like that. And he did not share much about it, but shared very little to very few limited devotees, especially when he was there in the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan, and thereafter as well. One time he was praying to the Lord, and I think it was in South Africa. I can't remember 100%, but it's probably in South Africa. And there he was praying, and then the Lord told him to go to India. So he said to Krishna, why go to India? My god brothers are preaching there. My Guru Maharaj told me to preach in the West. Said, no, now you go to India and I'll give you whatever is needed. Everything is ready, you go to India. So like that, he went to India, and then everything manifested there. Of course, there was struggle. Then one time, Sachinandan Maharaj tells this in Memories of Prabhupada, that one time Prabhupada came, took darshan of the deities, and for some time he kept looking at the deities. And then later on, he was speaking to the temple president there. So he asked temple president that Krishna told me that the dishes in which you are serving are not getting cleaned properly. It still had the old prasadam there from before. So Prabhupada is telling this to the temple president. So temple president came to Sachinandan Maharaj, whose duty was to clean those dishes of Krishna, and then said, and Sachinandan Maharaj was shocked. He was not Maharaj at that time. He was Prabhu, but he was shocked because he said, that's actually true, because my mind was, I had just left home and come here, and my mind was so much distracted here and there that I was not able to do my service properly. And nobody else knew it except Krishna. Nobody else could have known it, that this would happen. And Krishna definitely told Prabhupada. So like that. Please continue, Mata.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you for sharing. This past time, I remember now about the dishes. Wonderful. I was just sharing some pictures, Prabhuji. The yatra is done. I was just sharing some pictures as we promised. So like Nirbhay Prabhu was saying last time, nobody's disqualified. So, typically you see this person, you'd probably not think of giving them a book. But I'm just gonna share some pictures. So yeah, so the book, the sticker, the prasad, and
he actually gave whatever he had in his hand, his money.
He gave whatever he had. So that was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction, right? That nobody's disqualified. So whether it's a Muslim man or a beggar. This Prabhu, you might know him, Prabhuji. He does a lot of book distribution. He also does it in his van, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He knew the other Prabhu from Michigan, said he's a good friend of his.
He also does book distribution in the van.
What is the name?
Devanand.
Devvrat.
Devvrat.
No.
He is giving to Muslims?
नहीं ये तो एक example है, just like they were giving to anybody, right?
Yeah, I know, but he is a Muslim, this man?
This fellow, yes.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And this is on the airport. This is also on the airport.
Yeah, Devvrat Prabhu. Yes.
Devvrat, okay, Devvrat.
Shishika Prabhu, book distribution becomes fun and easy.
Yeah.
Book distribution is fun and easy.
He said this formula, especially in India, this is infallible. So Maharaj said, if this doesn't work in India, your money back. Because this is infallible, like it will work. You just go stand, and I think I have some pictures like this with folded hands, no slippers, take off your shoes. Especially in the Dhaam, like in Mayapur Dhaam or in Jagannath Puri. We didn't do that in Calcutta because people would wonder what is that. But in Dhaam, yes. And then you give the prasad, the Jagannath sticker, and the book, and a donation will come out, and that's all the exchange. And this is just that.
It was interesting, like from really sources that you would not expect. We would get donations. People who would look like they would probably not give will give a lot, and somebody who we may think that may give will hardly give anything or not at all, or very difficult to give.
Like this person here, Nirbhay Prabhu, and I struggled with him. And he will not take the book or give donation or anything. So then
Guru Maharaj is coming from behind.
Guru Maharaj intervened, and of course he took the book and donation came out, and we got to see some live action of book distribution.
Actually, one time I went with them for book distribution in Philadelphia. There was another devotee, Madhukari Prabhu, Madhukari Prabhu is another disciple of, I think, Prabhu. So this this boy, like Madhukari Prabhu, Brahmachari, so I was going with him, and what was happening is, like, he will go and he'll show the book, and I want you to take this book. The other person will, oh, okay, I take out the money and give it. And I was strange, the same thing is happening in so many people. मैंने कहा क्या मैच फिक्सिंग चल रही है लग रहा है इनकी. As if the person is acting and he already has to. I'm like, what is this going on?
Right.
Like no questions asked.
No questions. Just
Never happens. Like never. I go out, nobody will take the book whole day. But this boy is coming, and I want you to take this book. That's it. He'll explain the same words, this, and then that person will, oh, okay. My God. And same thing with if you go with Maharaj, with Shikha Maharaj, you go, and it's like you don't feel like stopping. You feel like, whatever he's doing, wherever he's going, just go. And he makes it like so easy. Just I forgot his words. Tap the floor, steps.
Just
Touch the pavement.
Just touch the
Yeah,
pavement. Touch the
Touch
pavement.
the pavement.
You just have to step out. Basically, you have to make that effort, and then Mahaprabhu will empower you. Prabhupada will empower you.
Exactly.
Look at this lady is a janitor at the airport, cleaning lady. So she's also taking the book, and then he's bowing down to somebody when they give the donation or when they take the book, like this fellow.
You read his book, Our Family Business?
Prabhuji, I started. I have not really read it.
That is also very beautiful.
Yeah.
In that only he explains, right, how he got connected. He was praying in the room, and this boy came and gave him the back to Godhead and slid under the door.
Yeah, they just slid it under the door. No.
Correct. So he actually, he was what, 15, 16 years or something at that time? So
Yes, yeah.
at that time he started, and he, found so much in these books that now he has not only just distributed millions, but by his presence, so many temples, whichever temple he goes to, their book distribution becomes like 10 times.
This was a funny sign on one of the temples. So Maharaj said, this is just like material world. यहाँ पर दर्शनीय कुछ नहीं है. There is nothing to see here. So don't enter into the material world. Because there is nothing to see here. It's nothing valuable here at all. So this is the some pictures of the deities. It's one of our another very big distributor, book distributor, devotee. But I was just showing pictures of the various people. So this is the mountain pose with your shoes off, and you just give, like this boy, he got lollipop, he got Jagannath sticker, then he got the book, and then you show them. We're not saying anything at all, and you show this card which says "Kripya kuch daan dijiye," and they'll immediately give. I think that's all. Then there are some videos, but I don't know. I think we've run out of time.
Madhaji, can you share the videos in the group?
Sure, Madhaji.
You're fine.
I'll play this. Prabhu's is singing beautifully. Oh, hold on. Sorry. What happened? I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I was trying to show a video. Can you see? Can you hear, Mataji?
Yes, Madhaji.
Since I promised that I'll share one of some Dhamvasi singing. So such nice, sweet, simple people. Very, very. They were.
This Prabhu was like the porter, like the coolie kind of work he was doing, getting everybody's bag up and everything. But he had such a he's a Dhamvasi, and we had so much to learn from him. Like he was telling us about, he said, just remember two things. He told us, remember just two things, make it your life. Trinadapi Sunichena, that verse, and the other one was this one, the Na Janam Na Dharam Na Sundaram. So he recited both those and said, just think about these two and your life will be perfect.
So which one? Which one? First one was which one?
Trinadapi Sunichena and then Nadhanam Na Janam.
So he's a very advanced soul. He's a very
yes.
Many
Yes,
advanced souls you'll find there, like which will appear to be like nothing.
He sang the whole Ohe Vaishnav Thakur.
Actually,
just by memory,
just on the spot.
Just on the spot, just like started singing.
Mataji, I can't see your pictures. Are you sharing?
Oh, I stopped, Mataji, now.
Oh,
so,
I shared that.
The other thing is, many of these songs and acharyas, they are actually very famous in Bengal and in Bangladesh, especially in Narottam Das Thakur. Like, Tukaram is famous in Maharashtra and different saints from their regions. Similarly, some of these saints like Narottam Das Thakur very famous in Bengal also.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, today only we were discussing, there are few devotees here who are Bengali from Bangladesh in this community. And recently we were talking about Nityanand Prabhu for his appearance day. And they were sharing some pastimes, right? And so like, first of all, with so much love and, with a big smile, they talk about Mahaprabhu. They have so much love for him. And when they're speaking, especially in their Bengali accent, you can really feel there's so much sweetness, you can actually hear the sweetness. It's weird, but you hear it, they're speaking it, and you can actually feel them tasting the sweetness of those pastimes also. It's so like they're relishing it so much, just speaking about it. It's so sweet hearing from them about Mahaprabhu's pastimes.
That's right, Mataji. So sometimes when people say, oh, we've never heard of Mahaprabhu, only ISKCON people follow Mahaprabhu, something like that, some folks say. So then, a lot of Bengali people will not, like, I was one of the Bengali people came to our class one time, and I was talking about Krishna's pastimes, and he was not very familiar with them. And then we started talking about Nitai and Nimai, and he's like, oh, this I know, this we know. ये तो हमारे बचपन से हमने सुने हैं, हमारे घर घर में, हर घर में पता है ये सारे pastimes जो गौर निताई के, but कृष्णा के हमको इतना नहीं पता. So like कैसे change होता है. So that's what I tell people when they say, oh, we've not heard of Gaur Nitai, this, that, okay, so we've not heard of Jagannath Ji's pastimes that much because we were not from that area, or we've not heard of Vitthal or other so many deities are there, and what we know or don't know doesn't really matter much.
Yes, Mataji. Even actually, so Bengal, West Bengal, Bangladesh, and Orissa, these three, basically Gaudadesh, the three areas, like they are so much, they already know so much about. And the village that they come from, or the cities or whatever they come from, they've already heard Harinam before. They've already seen many Rath Yatras in their lifetime. So it's amazing.
The couple places that we did not go on this yatra that were mentioned, that अगर थोड़ी लंबी होती यात्रा तो we would have gone, is एक तो एक चक्रा और दूसरा अंबिका कालना, but ये दोनों मिस हो गए इस बारी. And of course there are many more places, but I think these are some. Ambika Kalna is that place where Gauridas Pandit used to live, and Mahaprabhu.
I think Nityananda Prabhu's marriage also, right, took place.
I think yes, Mataji.
With Vasudha and Janva given as dowry.
Yes, and they went to visit Gauridas Pandit, who was begging them to stay, and then they gave him a replica, like their deities to worship, like that. The whole pastime happened there. So, but yeah, we couldn't go to these two places. But yeah, this was our experience. It was very, very blissful. One of the things we realized, being doctors, we were the only doctors on the Yatra. So we realized that one of our sevas could be to take a first aid kit next time. Because everybody needed it every day, something or the other was going on. So if
Then I will go with you. Then I will go with you.
yes, Mataji, it will be very nice if we can all go together. I don't know if Anand Kishori Mataji or Abhiram Gopal Prabhu have had the same experience on the Yatra, being the doctors, you'd get
Yes.
called on.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, in the Kartik Yatras, Radhanath Maharaj Yatras, they would have like a whole team of doctors.
Oh,
Like,
They have everything, the whole formula,
they,
medicine.
they actually have a counter there where doctors, nurses, or somebody will be there all the time, and anybody can go and ask. But that's like 6,000-7,000 people
Right.
have to have.
Yeah, that's like a whole city. That's
Correct.
that's a lot. So you need, yeah. But
Yes.
this was a small yatra, right? 60
Correct.
people. So we were the only doctors, and so then we realized that we
Somebody
could.
was supposed to come and then
They were not well, so they couldn't come. But this could be a service. So we thought, okay, next time when we go, we should have a first aid kit. But yes, this was our realizations, Mataji. Very, very, of course, based on our minimal knowledge and poor consciousness. This is all we could draw. I think the bigger the bucket, the more you will get in your bucket. Ours is very shallow so far. But hoping to go on more yatras and hoping to go with some of the devotees here also sometime. Hari Bol. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Mataji. You're so humble, but actually both of you are a big inspiration for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing. Very, very grateful.
Thank you, Mataji. Vanchakaltarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah.
Nantakoti Vaishnava. Jai.
Shri Dhaam Mayapur ki jai. Gaur Nitai ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji. We'll chant Hare Krishna and we'll end it.